Hi, it's Pip Mackay here, and I'm in the south of France, and this is day 4 of my quest for the Holy Grail. And it's brought me to a Cathar castle here, and it's called Troubad. And what was interesting for me about this castle is that Eleanor of Aquitaine in the 12th century came to this castle. Now, I've had a long-standing obsession with Eleanor of Aquitaine since I was 16, and she ruled in her own right. She was a very powerful woman. One of the things that interested me is that she set up the court of love and the whole tradition of troubadours. So the whole idea of a love song actually came from Eleanor and the court of love that she set up. And she was actually in this very room, and she oversaw a contest of troubadours in this very room. So it's really exciting for me to be here. And this is the musicians' hall. You can see on each one of the arches here, up here, you can see that there's actually how can I show you? There's actually a musician playing a different instrument, and the troubadours used to play and sing their love songs to their own accompanied music. So it's very exciting for me to be here. Now, you might be thinking, well, who was Eleanor of Aquitaine? What does she have to do with the Holy Grail? Well, the short answer is I have no idea, but what I do know is that Eleanor was in Aquitaine. Aquitaine was Cathar country. She was a very powerful woman who lived here. She married Louis, the King of France at the time, and she went on crusade. She had, I think, a couple of girls, and one of those girls got married here in this very castle to a Cathar lord's son. So there's obviously strong connections between her and the Cathars. Eleanor also, later on, she divorced Louis, which is kind of interesting. He was a bit too puritanical for her, and in the end, the official story is she was abducted by Henry II, who became Henry II of England. But in fact, what's most likely is that they had an incredible love affair. She was quite a bit older than he was, so she was like the first cougar, and they had a very stormy love-hate relationship, and she gave birth to Richard the Lionheart. So that's her kind of claim to fame, I suppose. But one of the other things I love about her was she was like one of the very first feminists, and one of the amazing things that the troubadours did was that they elevated the whole status of women. So before that, the status of a woman was lower than a horse in the hierarchy. And after Eleanor came to power and she set up the court of love, and there was this idea of the worship of the feminine. And again, if we look at, the angle that I've been talking about in terms of this whole idea of the sacred feminine, so this idea of the woman being worshipped in a love way. So anyway, there's people coming in the room now, so I'm going to sign off.